Hi, I'm Mark, 35, and the night my wife looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Then I choose them." Something inside me broke, clean and final like glass underfoot. It started with a crypto pitch. I had $85,000 tucked away in a high-yield savings account. Hard-earned. Quietly grown. Pre-marriage, pre-wedding, pre-everything. That money was my safety net. No frills, no speculation. My plan was simple. Buy a house, maybe start a business, or just not panic every time a tire blew out. Then her brother hit it big with some early crypto coin last year and suddenly became the wolf of suburbia. Now he was playing prophet, convincing her whole family to pool their money into this thing he called a generational opportunity. Her parents were in. Her sister was in. The only holdout. Me. We'd had this talk before. "I'm not investing," I said calmly. "I don't put my money into things I don't understand. Especially not things that can vanish overnight." Her brother scoffed, like I just said the earth was flat. "It's not a gamble, dude. I made 22% last quarter. Awesome. Keep it going. With your money." Then came the ambush. I came home from work one Thursday evening, loosened my tie, stepped into my living room, and froze. Her entire family was sitting on my couch like they owned the place. Her dad nodded at me like a disappointed CEO. Her mom was already crying. Her brother? Smug. And my wife, she looked like she wanted to be anywhere else. "Babe," she said gently, "everyone wanted to talk to us. It's about something important. About the crypto thing." I knew right then. I'd walked into a setup. This wasn't a conversation, it was a coordinated pitch intervention. Her dad launched in, eyebrows high with practiced concern. "We just want to build something together. As a family." Her brother leaned forward. "You're the last piece of the puzzle, man. Everyone's committed. We know what we're doing. We've researched this. This isn't some internet scam." "No," I said simply. "It's not happening. This money is mine. It's not community property. And it's staying where it is." Her mom let out a choked sob, grabbing a tissue like she'd just been told I'd burned the family dog alive. "How can you be so cold? We're your family. I support your daughter. I split bills. I do chores. I take care of things. That's family." Her sister chimed in. "But you're hoarding money while we're trying to grow as a unit. That's not what a real husband does." I kept breathing. Calm. Grounded. "We have separate finances. We agreed to that. This money isn't ours, it's mine." Then her dad said it. The line I'll never forget. "Maybe we need to know where your loyalties are. Are you one of us or not?" And then, she said it. "I choose them." Just like that. And I looked at her. At all of them. At the woman I married who thought her family deserved my money more than I deserved respect. "Understood," I said. Just one word. Then I stood up. And everything changed. I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I didn't even sigh. I just walked into the bedroom, shut the door behind me, and pulled out my phone. Google, divorce attorneys near me. Found one with 5 stars and a name that sounded like she eats mediators for breakfast. Sent an email. Wife chose her family over our marriage after financial ultimatum. Need immediate consultation. I walked back out to the living room where they were still talking like the scene hadn't detonated. My wife looked up, confused. "Wait, where are you going?" "I need everyone out," I said. Calm. Measured. Her brother scoffed. "You don't get to tell us what to do. This is her home too." "No," I replied. "This is my apartment. My name is on the lease. And you all need to leave." Now. Her dad puffed up. "You need to calm down and think about this rationally." I am calm. Rational. You gave her an ultimatum. She chose. So now we're done here. Her mom gasped like I'd announced I was burning the family heirlooms. My wife started crying. "I didn't mean it like that," she said. "It was the pressure." But I was already opening the door. They shuffled out in a storm of muttering, sighs, sniffles, and smugness. Her brother said something about how money changes people. Her dad muttered, "You'll come to your senses." I locked the door behind them. I didn't sleep that night. I stayed up emailing documents, reviewing bank statements, digging through drawers for anything that proved what was mine. My attorney called me at 8 a.m. sharp. Let's get started, she said. First, you move out before she tries to claim tenancy rights. Second, we file before she can. That day, I filed for divorce. Paid extra for rushed processing. By Sunday, I'd moved every single thing I owned out of that apartment. Left her stuff untouched. Took photos of everything for documentation. Found a short-term rental on a month-to-month lease across town, nothing fancy, but quiet. I left her a note on the kitchen counter. All communication through my attorney from now on. This is no longer your home. I'll send information about retrieving your items. Mark. Then I blocked her number. The text started within the hour. Where are you? Why is the apartment empty? Call me now. What did you do? Then voicemails. Screaming, crying, begging, threatening. I didn't reply. My attorney told me not to. Blocked her number. Then her mom's. Then her brother's who sent. Real mature, bro. Your wife is destroyed. Blocked. But then I got the first piece of gold. A mutual friend, bless her chaos-loving heart, called me and whispered. So, she told her family you were bluffing. That you'd cool off and come back. She said the whole walkout was just to prove a point. I laughed. Loud and real. Then came the Facebook post. Her brother wrote a rant, not naming me, of course, about people who choose money over family, and husbands who abandon their wives over a misunderstanding. The comment section lit up. Supportive family. A few suspicious friends. Vague shade being thrown like confetti at a passive-aggressive wedding. I said nothing. But my brother didn't get the memo. He commented. Wild post. Shame you left out the part where the entire family tried to pressure him into handing over his $85,000 savings for your crypto scam, then gave his wife an ultimatum to choose. She picked you. He filed. That's what happened. It exploded. Her brother tried backpedaling, deleted the post, said it was fake news. But the seed was planted. Then it got dark. Her dad showed up at my work. I came out for lunch and he was waiting by my car. We need to talk, he said. I didn't even stop walking. You're ruining her life, he snapped. This is nothing. You're throwing away a marriage over money. I stopped. Looked at him. She said the words. I choose them. That was the moment she threw it away. He tried to grab my arm. I stepped back. Don't touch me. You're going to regret this. She deserved better than you. I turned, walked away. Called my attorney. She said one word. Documented. That night my landlord called. Hey, we got a complaint that you're illegally subletting and the place was trashed. Someone filed it anonymously. He'd already inspected it. It's pristine. I'm not filing anything. But FYI, someone's trying to make your life harder. My attorney sighed. They're getting desperate. Just keep documenting. 3 days later, my bank called. Someone tried to access my account. Security questions almost matched. It was my bank. My info. They got close. Changed all passwords. 2-factor. Fraud alerts. Locked down everything. My attorney flagged it in the record. Then came the settlement offer. From her attorney. They wanted reconciliation. Counseling. If no reconciliation, I'd pay spousal support, give up the apartment, and cover her legal fees. My attorney laughed. Not happening. Here's our counter. No reconciliation. 50-50th split of marital assets only. Your savings stay yours. She vacates or takes over the lease. Everyone pays their own legal fees. Then we found their texts. In Discovery. Her and her family planning the ambush. Talking about my savings. Word for word. He has $85K. We just need to push him. Don't worry, he'll cave. Do it while he's home. Make it emotional. If we all say the same thing, he can't say no. My attorney was practically glowing. This is collusion. We're going scorched earth. And that's when the crypto crashed. The crypto platform her brother swore was a once-in-a-lifetime wealth opportunity. Yeah. It collapsed like a lawn chair under a buffalo. Turns out, it was a classic Ponzi scheme. Early investors made money, real money, but only because later ones dumped in more. When it dried up, the whole thing froze. Then came the investigation. SEC, Class action lawsuits. The usual headlines. Promising crypto startup turns out to be financial sinkhole. Her family lost everything. About $50,000 combined, give or take. Her dad's retirement cushion. Gone. Her mom's nest egg. Torched. Her brother's I'm a genius. Ego? Ashes. Her sister? Only lost about $5,000, but somehow still managed to say, "If you'd helped, we'd all be okay now." And then her dad violated the restraining order. Left a voicemail on my work phone. Just his voice alone made my blood pressure spike. "This is your fault. If you'd invested, we'd have had enough capital to pull out before the crash. You doomed us. You owe this family." I sent it straight to my attorney. She filed a court violation. The judge gave him a formal warning. Next time, jail. I didn't say a word. But my phone buzzed again a few days later, from a mutual friend. "Have you heard what's happening to her family?" "Nope. Can't have contact. Don't want updates. They're turning on her." I paused. "How so?" "They're blaming her now. Your father-in-law said if she had just kept you in line, none of this would have happened." The irony was sharp enough to shave steel. My ex-wife, the same one who chose them over me, was now the scapegoat for the very people she'd chosen. Her brother posted another vague Facebook pity post. "You learn who really has your back when everything falls apart." I almost felt bad for her. Almost. But then I remembered how quickly she looked me in the eye and picked them, like she was returning a pair of shoes that didn't quite fit. Then came another motion from her attorney. A Hail Mary. She now claimed I'd coerced her into choosing her family, that I'd manipulated the situation, that I was controlling, cold, emotionally distant. They wanted to paint me as an abuser to swing leverage in court. My attorney called me, half laughing, half livid. "Do you have anything to show she wasn't coerced? Anything that proves this was planned?" I sent her the texts. "Oh, the texts. Mom says he's being selfish. I don't know how to convince him. Let's do it at our place. He can't walk away if we all talk at once. He has $85,000 saved. He's just being paranoid." But that wasn't the kill shot. The kill shot came from discovery of her brother's phone. The group chat. "Let's make it feel like a family decision. If we cry a little, he might cave. He'll fold. He always folds. If he says no, we push. Make him pick us or the marriage." My attorney was practically vibrating. "This obliterates their duress claim. It's premeditated. Collusion. You were the target. We filed everything. Every receipt, every log, every manipulative message. We added a formal motion for protection from harassment, against her whole family. Judge reviewed it all. Said the duress claim was unsubstantiated and contradicted by digital evidence. Dismissed it with prejudice. But we weren't done. They'd been dragging out the divorce, hoping to scare me into a bad settlement. That ended fast. The judge pushed for final mediation. Her side still tried to milk it. They claimed she deserved spousal support. That she'd given up her career to support the marriage. My attorney pulled out her work history, part-time barista, 4 days a week, by choice, from before we even met. Split bills. Separate accounts. Equal chores. Judge said, "No spousal support." Then they tried emotional distress damages. Judge rolled his eyes. Final settlement came in like this. Joint marital assets, about $12,000, split 50/50ths. My premarital savings, $85,000, untouched, proven separate. I keep the apartment. No spousal support. Each pays their own legal fees. I walked out of that courthouse down about $6,000 in joint funds and $8,000 in attorney costs. But I still had $85,000, and my freedom. Her family? Imploding. Her dad had to go back to work, at 70. Her mom's inheritance? Gone. Her brother's girlfriend dumped him when she found out he sunk $20,000 into crypto without telling her. Her sister moved out and stopped speaking to him. And my ex-wife? Living with her parents again. Working full-time for the first time in years. And being quietly blamed for everything. One of our mutual friends told me. Her mom said if she just kept you around long enough, they could have gotten out before it crashed. Let that sink in. They didn't want me. They wanted my money. My caution. My unwillingness to follow the herd. My no was the last parachute they needed, and they cut the cord themselves. Months passed. I healed. Quietly. Got a dog. Kept to myself. No contact. No drama. Work was good. Got promoted. Started dating again, casual, nothing serious. Just coffee with people who don't scream. Community crypto fund. Over dinner. Then I got a letter. Handwritten. It somehow made it through after the restraining order expired. 5 pages. All her handwriting. I was wrong. They pressured me. I thought you were being unreasonable. I never stopped loving you. Please call me. I didn't. I shredded it. Not out of anger. I wasn't angry anymore. I was just done. The thing about being done, truly done, is that it's not rage. It's not revenge. It's not even grief anymore. It's peace. Still solid, boring peace. She chose her family. And now she was stuck with them. Her handwritten letter had ended with a plea. Maybe we can talk. Even just coffee? And a phone number with a little heart next to it. I read the whole thing once. Then I fed it into the shredder in 6 slow passes. Not out of spite. I just didn't want that energy anywhere near my home. Not anymore. Let me paint you a picture. My apartment? Quiet. Sunlight through the windows. A dog that snores like a truck but never lies. Fresh coffee, clean countertops, silence whenever I want it. My savings account? Still intact. Still mine. Still earning. No more ambushes in the living room. No more family meetings that are just thinly veiled money grabs. No more crying in my kitchen because I had the audacity to say no. And yet, even from a distance, the fallout continued. My buddy Trevor called me from his car one day, laughing so hard he had to pull over. Bro, he said, you are not going to believe this. Her dad? The guy who called you trash and told you you'd regret this forever? He's been trying to start a GoFundMe. No. Yes. It's called Rebuild After Financial Betrayal. You're joking. I wish I was. He posted it with a picture of your wedding. Like an old one. With the caption, Family torn apart by greed. Help us rebuild. You're kidding me. I screenshotted it. Sending now. Sure enough. There it was. My face, blurry but unmistakable, smiling beside my ex-wife in tux and gown. Caption beneath it dripping with martyrdom. Comments already divided. This is heartbreaking. Wait, didn't y'all try to force him to invest in crypto? Is this the same guy from that post months ago? Losing money isn't betrayal. Sounds like you gambled and lost. Where's the accountability? The post lasted 2 days before it quietly vanished. But not before it got shared to a Reddit thread called r/families from hell. Someone DM'd me the link. I didn't comment. But I read every single reply. One of them stuck with me. People who weaponize family to get money don't lose relationships. They cash them in. Exactly. I didn't lose a family. I cashed out of one. Then her brother tried to file a small claims suit against me for financial coercion. Said I'd caused emotional damage to the entire family by refusing to participate in a unified generational investment. My attorney filed a motion to dismiss so hard I think it left scorch marks on the courthouse wall. Judge threw it out in under 5 minutes. But then came the big one. Her dad called my work line. Again. Left a voicemail. A different tone this time. Not angry. Not demanding. Regretful. I was wrong about you. About all of it. You were right about the investment. I see that now. My daughter made a mistake choosing us. If you'd ever consider reconciling, we'd support it. No. No, sir. You don't get to walk someone to the edge of a cliff, shove them off, and then ask them to come back up and hold your hand. You said I wasn't family? You forced her to choose. You cheered when she did. You don't get a do-over now that the house of cards you built collapsed. Deleted the voicemail without finishing it. And that was the real closure. I didn't need a fight. I didn't need an apology. I didn't even need karma. Life handled it all on my behalf. They pushed. I walked. They fell. Simple as that. Now? I'm okay. I'm more than okay. Work's going great. I got promoted to lead project manager at my firm. Higher salary, more freedom, and zero coworkers trying to sell me digital real estate opportunities during lunch breaks. My dog's name is Baxter. He's half bulldog, half loaf of bread. He doesn't care about crypto. Started dating again. Slowly. Carefully. Met a woman named Lena who thinks budgeting is sexy and once left a guy for asking to borrow her emergency fund. I didn't tell her the full story yet, but when I do, I think she'll laugh. She respects boundaries. That's all I ask now. Not beauty. Not money. Just emotional maturity and basic respect. Sometimes people ask, do you ever regret it? No. Because if I hadn't stood firm, if I had caved, even a little, I'd be broke right now. Trapped in a family web that sees love as leverage and marriage as a deposit slip. Do I miss her? Sometimes, in flashes. Her laugh. Her cooking. How she used to put her cold feet on me in bed like it was a birthright. But then I remember the look on her face. That night. When she looked me in the eyes and said, then I choose them. I'll never forget that moment. Not because it hurt. But because it made everything crystal clear. I said, understood. And I meant it. People talk about closure like it's a door you shut gently, quietly, maybe with a soft sigh and some sad music playing in the background. Nah. For me, closure was locking the damn door, bolting it, welding it shut, then moving to a better apartment with better lighting and a dog who doesn't gaslight me about my savings account. Still, I didn't expect the next chapter to be an echo of the one I just closed. It started with a text. From an unknown number. No greeting. No name. Just one line. You really think you're the only one who got played? I stared at it for a solid minute. Then came the follow-up. Her name's Daniela. She's my sister. And she's told every guy she's dated that her ex was abusive. Just figured you should know what you're up against. Well, that was new. Turns out, the number belonged to Marcus, the guy she dated before me. I remembered the name vaguely from a story she once told. He was the toxic one. The controlling one. The manipulative jerk, who didn't support her dreams. He was why she said she had trust issues. Why she needed full control over finances this time. Why she couldn't have another man dictating her life. Marcus wanted to talk. I was hesitant at first. I don't usually bond with exes of exes, but curiosity won. We met for coffee. What was supposed to be a 15-minute chat turned into 2 hours of note comparing. Turns out I was ex number 3 in a pattern. Marcus had dated her for over a year. Paid her rent when she said her clients were slow. Bought her a laptop so she could scale her business. Took her on a vacation she later framed as an obligation. When he finally pushed back on finances, she ghosted him for 3 days, then posted a story about surviving financial abuse and learning to choose herself. Sound familiar? He pulled out a manila folder. Actual, printed screenshots. I know it's extreme, he said, but after she tried to destroy me online, I started documenting everything. In case I ever needed to defend myself again. There it was. Group chats. DMs. A spreadsheet of guys she'd dated, how much they'd contributed, and why she ended things. In one of the chats, dated just weeks before we met, she wrote, Marcus is done. Milked what I could. On to the next. Manifesting someone with a 6-figure job and no spine. In another during our relationship. He's not flashy, but reliable. Boring guys are easier to manage. This one already paid for my dentist bill without blinking. And another. If he ever gets annoying, I'll just pull the trauma card. Works every time. Marcus slid the folder over to me. She'll spin this breakup too. She always does. Just be ready. I didn't take the folder. I didn't need it. Because the only person I needed to be ready for was me. Still, I thanked him. We shook hands like 2 survivors of the same shipwreck. And then I blocked her number again, just in case. The next week, her cousin, who I barely knew, messaged me on LinkedIn. Apparently, my ex was telling family I'd financially sabotaged her. That I'd drained our joint account and left her homeless. That was when I realized the war wasn't over. It had just moved underground. But here's the beautiful thing about keeping receipts. You don't have to fight when the truth's got its own momentum. My attorney already had it all on file. So I sent one email. FYI, ex-wife is making defamatory statements. Can we prepare a cease and desist? Her reply? One line. Already drafted. Just say when. I said. When? And sent it to her through her attorney. Official. Legal. Paper trail. Silence. Until 3 days later, Instagram. Her story. A picture of an empty wine glass. Caption. Some men can afford wine. Others can only afford walking away. Stay strong, ladies. Sure. Okay. Cute. Then her mom posted a meme, yes, her mom, with a quote that said, "A real man doesn't walk away when things get hard. He builds harder." I wanted to comment, "Real men also don't invest in Ponzi crypto with retirement money, Susan." But I didn't. Because I was in my new apartment. Dog at my feet. Promotion paperwork on the table. A clean space, a clear head, and not a single parasite on my couch. Lena, my maybe something serious, texted me that night. You free Friday? I found a wine bar. Happy hour is half price. I replied. Perfect. Just promise me it's not a crypto-themed wine bar. Her answer? Only investment I want from you is time. And for the first time in months, I laughed, out loud. Not the bitter kind. The real kind. I'd spent years thinking marriage meant merging lives completely. No boundaries. One team. One dream. But sometimes, the other person's dream is just your money wearing someone else's clothes. And when they show you that, you walk. Not because you're heartless, but because you're finally heart smart. You ever look around your place and realize it finally feels like yours? No eggshells. No tension sitting in the air like secondhand smoke. Just quiet, maybe the hum of the fridge, your dog snoring like an old engine, and not a single soul trying to emotionally mug you over breakfast. That was my Tuesday morning. I was halfway through feeding Baxter when my phone lit up again, block number voicemail. I let it go to audio purgatory. Listen later. It was her dad. Again. I know we haven't always seen eye to eye. But maybe it's time we all come to the table. Talk. Clear the air. Maybe even start again. He paused. Then added, we were wrong. You were right. That's all I'll say. Then he hung up. A week ago, I'd have rolled my eyes and deleted it. But this time? I saved the message. Not out of hope. Not because I planned on replying. But because some victories deserve to be archived. Her dad. The same man who stood in my living room and said, we need to know where your loyalties are. The man who watched me walk out and called it weakness. Now he wanted a truce. I guess being 70, broke, and Googling how to file bankruptcy discreetly will humble a guy. Meanwhile, her brother had gone radio silent. His socials were locked. Mutual said he'd lost his job after the crypto fallout made it clear he was selling high-risk pipe dreams disguised as family unity. And my ex? Still living with her parents. One mutual friend, a guy named Omar who used to be neutral in all this, called me out of the blue. Hey. You might want to know, she's saying you ruined her life on purpose. That you left to teach her a lesson. I sipped my coffee. Let her believe that. I said. Because the truth is worse for her ego. What's the truth? I left because I believed her. Silence on the line. Then he laughed. Damn. That's cold. Not cold. Just accurate. She did say, I choose them. I didn't twist her arm. I didn't scream. I didn't even get angry. I just listened. Understood. And left. I guess some people aren't used to consequences being that calm. But the world keeps spinning. 2 months later, I ran into her sister. Grocery store. Frozen foods aisle. She was holding a tub of butter and trying not to look like she recognized me. I nodded. She blinked. Then walked over. You look good, she said. No malice in it. Just quiet honesty. Thanks. She hesitated, then added, they miss you, you know. I tilted my head. They miss my presence or my paychecks? She didn't answer. Didn't need to. Instead, she said, she's not doing well. She thought you'd come back. I know. Then she surprised me. She was wrong. And we were worse. I gave her a tight smile. That's not my problem anymore. And I walked away. Not dramatically. Not coldly. Just finished. Because that's what healing looks like. You stop needing them to get it. You stop waiting for apologies that aren't coming. You stop needing revenge. You just live. Fully. Freely. I got home that night to find Lena waiting on the steps with 2 lattes and a grin. "This one's decaf," she said. "So you don't lie awake overthinking your life again." I took the cup and laughed. And for the first time in years I didn't flinch when someone handed me something with no strings attached. 2 months later, I got one last letter. No envelope. Just folded notebook paper slipped under my apartment door. I recognized the handwriting instantly. My ex. It was short this time. Only a paragraph. I know I said I choose them. But I didn't understand what I was saying. I thought you'd come back. I thought you'd forgive me. I was scared of disappointing them. I thought money was just money. But now I see, what I lost was the only real thing I had. I don't expect anything. I just wanted you to know. I'm sorry. That was it. No phone number. No. Let's talk. No plea. Just a quiet apology. I read it twice. Then set it down on my kitchen counter. Baxter came trotting over, tail wagging, dragging his leash in his mouth like it was a sword and he was some kind of canine knight. Yeah, I said. I hear you. I folded the letter, slipped it into a drawer with a few others. Not out of sentimentality. Just in case, one day, I needed to remind myself how far I'd come. That evening, Lena came over with takeout and a question. You ever think about reaching out to her? I shook my head. No. I don't revisit closed books. Especially not the ones that tried to rewrite me. She smiled at that. Good. We ate, laughed, watched some sci-fi movie that made no sense. Then she fell asleep on my shoulder halfway through. In the background, my phone buzzed with a notification. The Venmo request I'd sent my ex's brother months ago, for the drywall damage from the intervention. Night? Declined. I laughed. Then deleted the request. That debt, like everything else tied to them, was officially written off. Emotionally. Financially. Spiritually. They were done trying to take from me. And I was done letting them. It's been a year now. 12 months since I left that apartment with a duffel bag, a laptop, and a single word echoing in my head. Understood. And I did. I do. I understand everything now. I understand that love without respect is a lie dressed in warmth. That family means nothing when it comes with conditions. That silence in the face of betrayal isn't strength, it's participation. I understand that sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing. Just walk. Not for drama. Not for a reaction. Just because you know your worth now. And I do. The old version of me would have doubted every decision. Replayed that living room ambush 100 times. Wondered what I could have said differently. Tried to make peace where there was only greed. That guy's gone. The new me? He's got a dog with an overbite, a kitchen full of peace, a woman who doesn't make love feel like a transaction, and $85,000 still growing in the bank, untouched by manipulation. I haven't heard from my ex in months. The last I did was through her cousin, who said she finally moved out of her parents' house, back to her small hometown. Working a job she hates. No car. No friends left from the Miami crypto clan. Every bridge burned. She posts occasionally. Mostly motivational quotes. Let go of who hurt you. Sometimes healing looks like starting over. Yeah. Sometimes it does. Her family doesn't reach out anymore. They've moved on to their next financial fantasy, something about NFTs for pets or metaverse vineyards. Whatever it is, I wish their next target good luck. As for me, I bought a place. Small house. 2 bedrooms. One for me. One I'm turning into a reading room. Fireplace. Yard for Baxter. Quiet street. Good neighbors. The first time Lena saw it, she whispered, "This feels like safety." She was right. It's not flashy. Not viral. Not made for Instagram. But it's mine. Paid for with my money. My decisions. My consequences. My freedom. A few days ago, I stood on the back porch as the sun dipped low, a beer in one hand, Baxter chasing a tennis ball he had no intention of returning. I thought about everything. The couch full of in-laws. The ultimatum. The voice in my gut that said walk now, or regret it forever. And then I smiled. Because I'd walked. Not out of fear. Not out of anger. Out of clarity. She said, I choose them. I said, understood. And I meant it. Let them lie in the bed they made, stitched together with guilt, pressure, and a pipe dream dressed as an investment strategy. I sleep on clean sheets. And every night I thank the man I used to be for standing up, walking out, and choosing me. Story closed. Life resumed.